Coming up, Disney announces the lineup of films through 2027. Character gondolas for the Disney Skyliner system are revealed. Hollywood Studios' 30th anniversary reveals more to come. Spider-Man Far From Home trailer is released. All that and more on Always Crowded Theme Park News. Hey everyone, welcome to the newest episode of Always Crowded Theme Park News. I'm your host, Davis Cruz, and I'm here with someone I think I've gone to the park with the most out of anyone that'll be on this channel, Ryan.
Hey.
Well, thanks for coming on.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
I had you last episode for the special Marvel episode, which was pretty great.
Yeah, I remember that.
And now we already have some Marvel news going into this week, which is pretty exciting.
The new movies that are set to come out.
Not only that, the new Spider-Man Far From Home trailer.
Yeah.
Which is pretty big, so let's just jump right into the news, since you said the movies, which Disney has announced that what movies will be releasing under the Disney brand and 21st Century Fox brand regarding movies through 2027. This includes Star Wars returning to the big screens in 2022 for a brand new trilogy, Marvel confirming additional untitled movies for 2021 and 2022, and eight Disney live-action films coming in 2021 and 2022. Not only that, it was also shown that some movies are also being delayed, such as Artemis Fowl, The New Mutants, and Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5. What do you think about all of this, Ryan?
I feel like it's smart to add movies that have done well for them. I'm excited for the new Marvel movies. I'm curious to see what they're going to do moving forward, since they're finally done with the main Avengers, including Cap and Iron Man. And then Star Wars is curious, because it won't be about Skywalker anymore. So I'm curious to see will it be before the prequels or will it be something after.
Are you excited Star Wars is coming back to the theaters already?
Yeah, because they've been doing well recently, and Star Wars has just been a great series so far. And I'm curious to learn more, because there's books about it that show so much more, and then I'm curious to see what they're going to do.
Are you excited for more Disney live-action films? How do you feel about those Disney live-action films in general?
I can't say I've really watched any Disney live-action films.
Not a single one?
Not thinking about it, no.
I mean, I want to say there's like one or two on Netflix, and you haven't even seen any of those?
No. I want to see Lion King.
That looks good.
Yeah, Lion
That'll
King.
That'll probably be over $1 billion.
Yeah. I'm excited for Lion King, because that's been one of my favorite Disney movies. And I feel like live action, it's gonna be like the same movie, but it's just live action, but I feel like it'll be different still, like a different experience.
I think what they're doing for these live action films, I'm happy for them that they're doing more movies with the original characters. I don't like some of the live actions in general, but I'm happy that there's 8 coming in 2 years, which is an excessive amount, and I'm expecting them to announce what they are at D23 this year in August, which should be exciting, although I'm not really happy about some of them, like The Little Mermaid. I'm not excited about at all, because Zendaya is going to be that, which is horrifying. But I think that 8 is a pretty good amount if it performs like Dumbo did, where it was relatively okay but not great. I think we should see Aladdin do possibly better, and then Lion King possibly do better, and then Disney will be like, alright, we need to push for it since everybody likes it so much and seeing it so much. So in a way, I feel like this is good and bad at the same time, that there's 8 coming.
That's true. 8's an impressive amount to make in 2 years. So
exactly.
That's impressive. I'm curious. I want to know what they're going to be. Have they announced what they are yet or no?
I know they've announced Mulan, which is 2020, and Cruella de Vil, which is also 2020. I feel like there is a list. I know I've seen it, but I don't remember. I remember, though, the Little Mermaid one for sure. That's the only one, because Zendaya and Lin-Manuel Miranda are both involved in it.
Yeah, I heard about The Little Mermaid.
Are you excited for it?
It's not one of my favorite Disney movies. Like that's just me though. I know someone that does like him.
Did you ever watch Avatar?
I watched the first one, yeah.
Did you like it?
It was good. Like I liked the graphics and all that. Like the storyline was good. It made sense. The movie seemed to flow. Like, it wasn't a horrible
Did
movie.
you feel they need a second, third, fourth, and fifth, and a theme park land, which is way too much, in my opinion, for this movie that I didn't really like?
Honestly, the first one, like Avatar, they don't really need a second, third, fourth, and fifth because of the way they ended it. Really, it seemed like they had the war, so should just be like over because I don't know what they're gonna do unless it's just gonna be reintroducing avatars, which is what I see them doing. But then the land they made money off of Disney, so land seemed to work for them.
Do you think this is just a quick money grab since they're making them? I want to say it's like every other year or every other 2 years.
Probably a quick money grab because still Avatar's the highest grossing movie in history, so
Not for long.
that's true. And Game will pass it, but I feel like they could still make pretty good money off of the second one, and it just depends how good the second one is to see if how much money they can make off of third, fourth, and fifth.
Agreed. Alright, so moving on. A tarp that was covering a gondola with Goofy and pals blew off during a storm in Walt Disney World, revealing it. Days later, Disney showed the rest of the gondolas without their tarps. Some of these character gondolas for the Disney Skyliner system include Stitch, Peter Pan and Friends, Finding Nemo, Snow White, Frozen, Guardians of the Galaxy, Star Wars, Monsters Inc., Toy Story, Winnie the Pooh and Friends, and many, many more. How do you feel about the Disney Skyliner system coming to Walt Disney World?
It's smart because like you get to those parks like Hollywood Studios and all that. There's really only buses and then like your actual car from like hotels and all that. So I feel like this would be an easier way to get there.
Let's say you're staying at Art of Animation, and this is once the Disney Skyliner system is open. Would you take the bus or Skyliner system?
I would take the Skyline just for like the experience because like it'd be a new thing. I've taken the bus multiple times. So like I feel like the Skyline would just be a new experience and something I'd like to try.
Are you excited for this?
I mean like they've been building it for a while it seems like, so kind of been waiting for it to happen.
Do you think they're going to make more, or at least more stations open up so they can expand to other parks, or at least other parts of the Walt Disney World area?
I feel like that'd be smartest for them because more and more people coming, you're going to need more and more transportation. So I feel like the Skyline expanding would be the best case for them.
Alright, so let's go on to our next part. Last week we talked about all things Marvel Studios Avengers Endgame. That was when Hollywood Studios celebrated their 30th anniversary. With that celebration came news for the park, such as a new table service restaurant will be coming to the park called Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. This is a Toy Story themed table service restaurant coming to Toy Story Land. Not only that, more details were revealed for the upcoming Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, such as the marquee and a new short that will play in the queue for the ride. Lastly shown is the new logo for Hollywood Studios, meaning that the name won't change for the park for a few more years as it was rumored to change with the new upcoming Star Wars land. Now, that was a lot to take in. How do you feel about a table service restaurant going to Toy Story Land?
Like, they really only had Andy's Lunchbox, so I kind of feel like at some point they're going to add another restaurant, and I feel like barbecue is kind of like another universal food that almost everyone eats, so I feel like they'll be fine on that, and it seems like a smart addition.
Do you feel like Hollywood Studios was possibly lacking in table service restaurants and food venues?
They never really seem to have a lot of food. Like, every time I go, I'd always eat at, like, the same place. Because,
like it was never different in a way?
Yeah, because they only have, like, a few restaurants.
Now, this table service restaurant will be themed to Toy Story, and I believe it's more along the lines of Woody style, because it's barbecue, so I assume Woody. Do you think this is a good fit? Or do you feel like they could have done something different, which my personal opinion would be a Rex-themed restaurant because he needs more representation in the parks and everywhere.
Like Woody's kind of one of the more main characters of Toy Story. Like you've seen him the most in the new Toy Story 4 trailer. So I feel like everyone knows Woody, so I feel like it's kind of one of those things, well, hey, everybody knows him, why not make a restaurant about him or themed about him?
I think it's like mainly Woody, but I think it's also like all the other toys since the concept art they showed was like Bo Peep and Zurg cutouts, and I want to say Trixie was also in there.
That'd be cool. Like one area is like the West, and one area is space for Buzz Lightyear and Zurg, and then like one area is for Bo Peep. I feel like that'd be cool.
Alright, and then the next thing that was also revealed was the marquee for the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and the new short that'll play in the queue. How do you feel about Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway replacing the Great Movie Ride when they announced that?
I actually kind of like the Great Movie Ride. It was one of those rides where, well, ever since the hat got moved away, it's been busy. But before that, really, no one ever really knew it was there. It was one of those like golden rides because it wasn't terrible, and it was just something you could do that was kind of fun.
Are you looking forward to this new ride?
Not really. Like, I'll go on it just to say I've been on it, but I haven't really been looking forward to it as much as, like, Star Wars Land and all that.
Have you seen any of the new Mickey and Minnie shorts? Or at least, like, the new style of Mickey?
I have not recently seen it.
You haven't seen the, like, modern type? Where his eyes are all, like, black and then he's white?
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah.
Do you like that better than the original? Or I wouldn't say original, but like modern one we've kind of had for a long time.
It's just a weird animation style, in my opinion. Like, I like the one that we've been seeing for a while. The newer one is kind of like one of those weird animation styles that, like, that more people are doing. So I don't really know. I think it's one of those to be caught up culturally and, like, modernly and all that.
Do you think, as the new logo was shown for Hollywood Studios, do you think Hollywood Studios needs to be renamed? With the upcoming Star Wars Land and Toy Story Land already in there.
Right. Now it's not really more Hollywood Studios. It seems more like it's still movie based, but like it's not. I don't really think of Hollywood when I go there.
Now I know some of the names for the Hollywood Studios replacement park were rumored to be like Adventure, kind of. I don't remember what it was. Something with Adventure though.
Adventure wouldn't be terrible with the new Star Wars because it seems
Adventure something because I don't remember.
Like Adventure seems to fit with like Star Wars. That's mainly it. Like it doesn't really fit a lot with Toy Story or with like the Rock and Roller Coaster or Hollywood Tower of Terror, and then like the Muppets and all the stuff that they have there. Like Adventure works for Star Wars, but I don't know about the rest of the park.
Now, with it being the 30th anniversary of Hollywood Studios, what ride do you think will be closing next? Just wondering for you, per se, because so many rides keep closing there, even though they're moving their focus over to Epcot soon. Do you think one of the rides at Hollywood Studios, what do you think will be the next one to close?
I feel like Muppets may close. That's just me, because like that area is never really packed. And it's right next to where, like, an entrance to Star Wars. So it would not surprise me if they made that area more like Star Wars and just moved Muppets somewhere else.
Where do you think they would move Muppets?
I don't know, like, Epcot and the France area for the garden, they had Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy, so I could feel like they can move it there. Because they have it could fit, but I feel like they could also move it to Magic Kingdom.
They already have the one, Muppets Present Great Moments in American History at the
Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom. Do you think that could be the only last remaining remnants of the Muppets, possibly?
It could be. That's if they've shut down the Muppet ride.
Alright, so skip ahead if you haven't seen Endgame, as there are some major spoils in this Far From Home trailer that we're about to talk about. So a brand new trailer for the upcoming movie Marvel Studios' Spider-Man Far From Home was released. In this trailer, Peter Parker goes on vacation while coping with the death of, spoiler alert, Tony